If it was up to you,
Yeah.
who do you think makes sense for you to fight?
You know who I would love to face?
Who?
Conor.
Really?
Yeah.
How do you think you would beat Ilia
I
Topuria?
watched this video.
You seen this?
Oh, yeah,
Topuria. I'd grab him with a scruff of the chest and slap that little nose off him, yeah? Little ding dong with he is, yeah? I'm fucking Spanish. I'm in my bed now, yeah? I'm in my bed at the bare knuckle store and let's see what's what. We're bouncing the yoke on the bare knuckle. You little fool, I'll cave your head in. You little short ass kick or box your jaw in. On sight. I'm in my bed of Spain, yeah? I'm in my bed of Spain, October 12th at the bare knuckle. Store, bro.
Oh my God.
Dude, it's...
I'm in Madrid March 7th at WoW FC. Come, you're more than welcome.
Holy shit.
And
Wait.
try to do something.
Oh my
do
God.
Do some. Come in there. I'm not accepting your invitation. I'm inviting you. Come, March 7th at WoW in Madrid Arena. If you want me to send you a specific location, I'm gonna do that.
Conor, opinions on Topuria. Fuck him too. Don't give a fuck about him either. He reminds me of a little retard Artem Lobov. Topuria does, yeah. Two little retards. Holloway too fast. I think Holloway picks him apart if they fight. Why? Holloway has done it. He has that featherweight title. He's had it for a long time. He's now the BMF. I think Topuria for me is a non-champion in my opinion. He might have a strap, but it's a meaningless strap in my opinion as he holds it. I don't see any attraction to it. So what's he? Is he Georgian? Or is he Spanish or what's he? So I don't even know what he is.
Okay, so those comeback whispers about Conor McGregor, they've been floating around forever, but something's different now. There's this intensity you can't miss. McGregor isn't just throwing the idea around casually anymore. He's grinding like a man on a mission, driven by something deep that he needs to prove. And with all these crazy rumors about some massive White House fight card brewing, you can see the Notorious One switching back into full warrior mode. Those lightning hands are smashing the pads with serious power, those quick feet are dancing across the mat, and that fire in his eyes is blazing hotter than we've seen in ages. If this really is his path back to the spotlight, one thing's for sure, McGregor isn't tiptoeing back in. He's charging full speed ahead with that signature intensity we all know. Here's the thing about someone like Conor McGregor though, even a tweet that disappears in seconds can shake the entire MMA universe. It's wild how legendary fighter and analyst Michael Bisping recently dissected McGregor's lightning-quick social media blast. In that vanishing tweet, the Irish superstar straight up declared he'd been offered a fight, already locked in the opponent, and terms just waiting for paperwork before that message evaporated into thin air. Bisping, with all his experience, said it definitely didn't feel like some cheap publicity move. He genuinely believed it was real intel that leaked too early. If that's actually what happened, then McGregor's long-awaited octagon return might be way closer than anyone's expecting right now.
McGregor, according to his recently deleted tweet, he's back, he's coming, he's on.
I'm coming!
What did he say? He said, I have been offered an opponent, and I accept. He said, I've been offered an opponent, and I accept, waiting on my contract. Now, that tweet recently got deleted as well. One would assume, right, reading between the lines, could be wrong, that he's telling the truth, that he got the offer, they've agreed an opponent, and he was very excited, so he tweeted about something, then he was like, oh shit, I'm not supposed to say anything yet, or whatever, so he deleted it, okay? And obviously, it's a nice little PR move, it generates some interest for Conor McGregor, and the interest for Conor McGregor, he doesn't need to generate interest, let's be honest, okay? Everyone is still
So here's what's fascinating about this whole thing. The UFC didn't start the White House event buzz at all. McGregor, that promotional mastermind, lit that fire all by himself. This analyst made it crystal clear that Michael Chandler, who's been tied to McGregor forever, is basically done. That whole storyline has reached its end, and honestly, the UFC seems to have completely moved past that matchup. But this same voice threw out some genuinely exciting names for an event this big. He specifically called out legends like Jorge Masvidal and Nate Diaz as real possibilities, mainly because of the incredible history and storytelling power they'd bring to something this massive. Just imagine those storylines. It's absolutely electric.
Much gonna tune in. There's a lot of people out there going, oh yeah, he's had his best time, you know, he lost his last few and all the rest of it. Bullshit. Bullshit.
This is #1 bullshit.
Conor McGregor's fighting on the White House card. You're all going to tune in. Everyone's going to tune into the White House card anyway. But the question is, who is he going to face? Now, I'm going to throw it out there. Yes, Jorge Masvidal was calling him out recently. I did a video on that. Masvidal came on my podcast, Believe You Me. If you don't watch the Believe You Me podcast, what are you doing with yourself? Call yourself an MMA fan. If you want to watch some good content and have some funny laughs, okay? Tune in, me and Felder. We run a good show. Masvidal came on. He's trying to get that.
Right when those heavyweight names started getting seriously discussed for McGregor's potential blockbuster comeback, a dangerous new player jumped into the mix and changed everything. Carlos Prates stepped up and responded to all the speculation about facing McGregor, though he admitted he hadn't gotten anything official from the UFC yet. Still, he said it would be an incredible honor to share the octagon with someone of McGregor's legendary status. But Prates didn't hold back from questioning how realistic this whole thing actually is. He pointed to McGregor's surprisingly long break from MMA, wondering if McGregor would really come back and immediately take on such a dangerous top welterweight. Then without missing a beat, he dropped this bomb. I would knock him out. Talk about raising the stakes.
Yo, what's up everyone? Carlos the Nightmare Prates right here. A lot of you guys have been asking me about the Conor McGregor fight, and I didn't got anything from UFC yet. I'm really happy you guys saying my name. Of course, it would be a huge honor for me to fight against him. I really want the fight gonna bring me the title shot. JDM, Conor McGregor. To be honest, I think that fight is hard to happen, you know, because Conor McGregor is 5 years without any fight, retired of MMA, and after 5 years, he wouldn't back to fight against the most entertaining welterweight in the world. Nothing against him, you know, but everybody know, I know, he know, I would hurt him bad, I would knock him out. So I don't think it's the right way to make a comeback of the huge superstar like him, you know.
When Henry Cejudo heard about McGregor potentially facing Carlos Prates at welterweight, he sounded far from convinced it would be smart for the Irishman. He immediately questioned whether McGregor's size and reach would stack up at 170 pounds against such a long, polished striker like Prates. Cejudo suggested that physical mismatch could create some real problems for McGregor. When talking about Prates, Cejudo didn't sugarcoat anything, labeling him a dangerous showman and proven finisher riding serious momentum. He then dropped this heavy hint that this matchup might represent the sport changing hands, a new era taking over, which carries serious weight coming from someone with Cejudo's background.
Conor McGregor taking on Carlos Prates?
At 170, this is not a good fight, man. Conor's fucking short, bro, for that weight class. I don't know if he has the reach to really catch a very sophisticated striker in Carlos Prates. I mean, you know what this means? This means, all right, Conor, out you go. Here comes in the SIGs. You know what I'm saying? Here comes in the reincarnation of Carlos Mayorga. You know, Carlos Prates, he's an entertainer. He's a knockout artist. You know, the way that he's been knocking out Jeff Neal, Leon Edwards. I mean, this is, and Conor McGregor just said, hey, and I believe Conor. Conor said, hey, bring it. Pick whoever you guys want, UFC. But we also know that this could be potentially Conor's last fight. And they know that Conor at this point just wants to be a free agent to fight for BKFC. So
even with all these valid worries floating around, former champion Kamaru Usman made it clear that you absolutely cannot write off Conor McGregor. Usman understands that McGregor didn't build his massive reputation just on legendary trash talk and promotional brilliance. He earned it through legitimate skills that let him deliver on every promise inside that cage, and that demands respect. But Usman, with his sharp eye for matchups, quickly noted that stylistically this fight looks extremely difficult for McGregor. He broke down how McGregor would face major height and reach disadvantages against a precise striker like Carlos Prates. Don't forget, Prates is a sniper, someone who ends fights with devastating kicks, knees, and punches. Basically a fighter who can finish you multiple ways. Like Usman put it so bluntly, this isn't just another bout on the calendar. For Conor, this represents a legitimate stylistic nightmare.
At the end of the day, first and foremost, by no means do we count out Conor McGregor, because I mean, my man's got, Conor's got real skills. He had real skills. Conor was who Conor was because he had real skills. He was able to talk the talk, but then get in there and back it up by walking the walk. So we can't just dismiss him completely. But
back it up.
We can see here that this stylistically, this doesn't look like a great matchup for someone like Conor McGregor. You're definitely at a big height disadvantage. You're definitely at a reach disadvantage. And it's not that you're just fighting a grappler or a guy that's just going to try to hold you and take you down. No, you're fighting a striker, a sharpshooter as well, that has stoppages with kicks, has stoppages with knees, has stoppages with straight shots. I mean, this guy can stop you because he is just that dangerous. And personally, if there was a guy that I would say, hey, I want to see get the, what do they say, the rub from Conor, the name, the notoriety from a...
While all this White House fight talk keeps building serious steam, Usman made sure to spotlight Carlos Prates' incredible journey since his last loss. He praised how Prates has systematically improved his game, sharpened his skills, and returned even stronger, showing clear growth in his fighting approach. Usman noted that if Prates earned a shot at a global icon like Conor McGregor, it would make total sense competitively. You'd have someone in peak form meeting a worldwide superstar. Meanwhile, Usman pointed out how rapidly the entire McGregor return conversation had transformed. Previous opponents like that long-rumored Michael Chandler bout seemed to disappear overnight, with all attention now laser-focused on Prates as the fighter with real potential to completely change the division landscape.
Fight of that magnitude. Listen, we love Carlos Prates here, so why not Carlos Prates? Carlos Prates he's taking our advice. He didn't change too much. He went back to the lab. He was working after his loss, and he came back, and now he's shining, doing a great job. So yes, if he's able to get that opportunity like that to face a guy like Conor McGregor, yay, so be it. But it's kind of crazy how these things has kind of moved on, because for the longest he was Michael Chandler, and then now all of a sudden that's not even a thought anymore. And we're just trying to get Conor a fight with someone who they believe can get rid of him.
This momentum around the potential White House showdown just keeps growing stronger. Even fellow fighters are getting swept up in all this electric energy. Take Caio Borralho, for example. He openly said he's as clueless as everyone else, only discovering the McGregor versus Prates rumors online like the rest of us. He hilariously called out his friend for not giving him insider info, dropping this perfect line with a huge smile. "If this is real and you didn't warn me, I'm gonna kill you." Borralho kept going, his excitement obvious, saying, "It's gonna be an incredible fight, brother. I'm waiting for that." He didn't stop there either. He stressed that from a pure matchup standpoint, this potential battle could genuinely become one of the most thrilling and completely unpredictable fights fans have seen in years. That anticipation, you can absolutely feel it building everywhere.
Well, I'm sure you've seen online that Carlos Prates could be fighting Conor McGregor.
Bro.
There's a lot of talk. Are you hearing, is there any truth, any traction to this? Do you guys feel like this is something that could happen?
Bro, to be honest with you, I don't have a clue about any of this. I promise you. I just saw today the poster, and then I commented like, what? I sent right away message to Carlos. He didn't respond me yet. But I said like, what the fuck, man? Are you fucking fighting McGregor, brother? Bro, if this is true and you didn't tell me, I'm gonna fucking kill you. That's what I told him, So I'm in the same spot as you guys, I hope with the bottom of my heart this fight is true and they can fight, because it's gonna be a freaking good fight, brother. It's gonna be so good. So I'm waiting.
Building on his obvious excitement about the potential bout, Barallo emphasized that the pure spectacle surrounding such an event would reach far beyond just the actual fight itself. He smartly highlighted the elaborate promotional campaign, those intense heated press conferences, and even the victory celebrations as absolutely crucial parts of the whole experience. While doing this, he also honestly recognized that McGregor would definitely face an extremely difficult challenge against a bigger, stronger, and clearly dangerous striker like Prates. For Barallo, it's that special combination of high-stakes cage action mixed perfectly with all the surrounding drama and entertainment that would make the event truly legendary. He strongly believes it would become the type of historic fight that people would discuss, analyze, and remember for years after that final horn sounds, securing its spot in combat sports folklore.
Yeah, like, let's pretend in the imaginary world it is happening. Like, what would be the funnest part of that for you? Would it be like seeing them fight? Would it be Carlos and Conor at these press conferences and like their different personalities? Like, what would be
I think everything. I think everything. I'm willing to see Carlos doing a video and taking the proper 12 and drinking and said, this is not good. You know what I mean? Like, I'm willing to have this kind of promotions to the fight. I think it's two big guys to the fans. I don't think it's a good fight for McGregor, you know, because both southpaws, Carlos, we're gonna kick him a lot in the calf, and he's bigger, knockout power, and I don't think it's a good fight for McGregor. You know, even like I'm a big fan of him, a big fan of Conor and all that he did in the sport. And but I'm Carlos all day, and I'm excited to see everything about it: the fight, the promotion, the press conference.
Ben Askren, always the instigator, quickly jumped in with his own genuinely wild suggestions for this already heated discussion. He teasingly floated the exciting prospect of watching Conor McGregor return to action, even mentioning a potential Jorge Masvidal matchup as seriously entertaining. And honestly, who wouldn't be interested in that? Playing up the patriotic angle of the event, Askren jokingly proposed that America's 250th birthday definitely deserved plenty of domestic talent, cleverly suggesting a showcase where American fighters would battle their British rivals. It's an outrageous, fun concept, designed as much for pure entertainment as actual competition. He mentioned that with the right combination of matchups, and crucially the perfect theatrics, this fight card could easily become one of the most discussed events in all of combat sports history. Switching topics slightly, when talking about the White House card, Askren also stressed the major role that both negotiating power and personal pride play in creating these massive high-profile matchups. He cleverly observed that even though many big names are desperately wanting a spot on such a prestigious card, that doesn't automatically give them negotiating strength. The UFC, with all its influence, can easily switch to other skilled fighters across different divisions if any individual's demands get too unreasonable. Askren also posed this thought-provoking question: would someone of McGregor's status really accept a co-main event position if a younger, less proven champion was headlining? This, he argued, shows that negotiations at this level often require careful strategic thinking and definitely significant personal ego management. In the end, he suggested that finding that exact right combination of talent and proper card positioning will be absolutely essential to creating a truly unforgettable and meaningful event. Askren went further by highlighting an often forgotten but vital factor: the political dimension behind this unique event. He noted that this isn't just some standard neutral fight card. The venue itself, the White House, definitely carries major political significance, whether fans personally support it or try to ignore it. While that connection could definitely generate massive media buzz and viewership, it also realistically might drive some audience members away completely. Askren stressed that widespread media coverage doesn't necessarily guarantee bigger audiences or increased viewing numbers. He offered this harsh reality check that worldwide headlines, while impressive, don't always convert into higher streaming numbers or improved pay-per-view results. He finished by saying that promoters will need to perform an incredibly careful balancing act, thoughtfully managing both the spectacle and the underlying politics to genuinely maximize both initial interest and long-term audience engagement.